Good afternoon internet and welcome back to the channel. So it's Thursday afternoon, excuse me, it's the 9th of January and look at this weather, hey? Just have a look at this. We haven't had blue skies for, well, I can't remember the last time. So it's a decent day, but the weekend is supposed to be absolutely terrible, absolutely awful, rain and everything. So I've got literally a very short span of time, and I thought it would be extremely rude if I didn't go out on the bike. So as you can see, on the Guerrilla, now hang on a sec, I think I just need to, there you go, get that there. I put the front camera on. This cable's a bit naff. I've got to get another cable due to the fact that this is a USB-C to USB-C. Yeah, okay, right, so we got the screen on, the rack's on the back as we all know, and we've got the sat nav on. What's the temperature? 10 degrees. I'll tell you what, in the sun it's really nice. So a little ride. I'm not going far, I literally just wanted to get out, just to get out and have a little ride and remember what it's like to be on the bike, basically. I'm going to try and avoid all the wet roads if I can. But yeah, isn't it nice to be able to see a bit of blue sky? It makes all the difference, it really does. Now I do, but no, I have actually, I think, have I been out since I put the mirror extender? I have been out since I put the mirror extenders on. I have indeed. There. Right, which way am I going to go is the question. I think we'll go, I think we'll go this way, which is unusual for me, but we will go this way. Get the visor down, I think. So yeah, sat nav in place. I'm quite pleased where it is. My new little screen on with the bubble, of course. Let's not forget the bubble, eh? So 780 kilometers on this beast of a bike, eh? The wee beastie. So 10 degrees, so in actual fact it's about 7, so yeah, you can feel the nip in the air, hence the fact I don't intend to be out for a long time. This really is just a bit therapeutic to get out on the bike. And I'm sure everybody feels much the same, because, and I'll put this on the little video that I did the other day, the little short about the sad effects, yeah. Believe you me, you can get sad here, you really can, you don't need it to be winter here to get sad. We get more rain in the summer than most places do in the winter, so yeah, you can get the sad effect all year round in this in the dainty little Breton. I think we'll go this way. know, it's really funny because when I had this bike, you were sort of thinking, oh, I got to keep it under 4,000 revs. And to be fair, now that it's past its, you know, its initial 500 kilometers, and you can actually go over the 4,000 revs, I find myself like not doing it. Well, I won't say that I never do it, but you know, the sort of speeds that I ride at, you know, in these sort of roads, especially on the acceleration wise, I just don't really go that much over. So yeah, you know, I still think with these bikes excuse me, I still think with these bikes that a lot of the vibration is due to these tyres. I mean, I know everybody says, oh, you know, they're good tyres and all that, and I'm not disputing that fact, but I really do believe that if you had a normal road tyre on these bikes, you'd lose a bit of this front vibration again, I suppose. And I think I'm going to check this. You don't know how well balanced the bike is, you know, like the front wheel, obviously there's a weight on it, and as anybody knows, if they follow me, I balance my own front tyres, and I always spend a fair time, you know, making sure that, you know, that it's balanced right. Where, I mean, you can imagine someone in the factory half the time probably wouldn't particularly care that much, and as long as it's within certain limits, it'll do the job, you know. Whereas if you spend a little bit more time and play around, I mean, you can get them more or less bang on. So that could be another factor. But, and like I said, I might do that anyway. I might just take off and rebalance and see what that does to it. But I still maintain that if this bike had normal road tyres on, that it would be a bit smoother. Nice slick pair of Michelins, eh? That'd do it. Michelin Road 3, eh? I love Michelins, I always have done. There's a training centre, look here, we've come through it before, eh? Our futuristic motorcyclists. And you know what, it's really funny really. You come past there, which I do quite a bit, and okay, you get young people on the scooters, but on the motorbikes they tend to be, you know, like that gentleman back there. I mean, it was a bit hard to see, but you know, I mean, he certainly looked that he was 40 plus, you know. Of course, with a helmet on, it's very deceiving, you know. I mean, look at me, I could pass as 20 with my helmet on, no problem at all. It's when I take it off, people run for the sick ball. No comment, please, about that one, especially off you, Peter. So yeah, back to the tyres. But do you know what? I hate not getting the use out of something that I've paid for. And of course, at the end of the day, I've paid for these tyres, you know. So to just not use them is a bit, you know, it's a bit of a pain in the bum, really. But still. So the world, look at the state, what's going on in the place, eh? California, it's absolutely awful, isn't it? You know, I mean, you got to feel for these people. I mean, it doesn't. I heard someone saying, oh well, you know, the people that live there, they got plenty of money, you know. Well, money isn't the factor in this, is it? It doesn't matter if you live in a tent or a mansion. If it's your home with your belongings, then that's what it's all about, you know. So to me, that was a comment that even really shouldn't have been said, but yeah. And it seems, because you know, with the wind driving the fire, I mean, those firefighters, they've you know, I mean, you got to take your hat off to them, ain't you? You know, they work so hard, and they must be exhausted, you know, literally. And then there was that earthquake in China or Tibet, wasn't it? Do you know what? It you know, I mean, I only really saw it briefly on the news, but the part that it hit was, you know, was sort of, they didn't have a lot anyway to start off with, and it always seems to be the way, doesn't it? You know. It can be very sort of heartbreaking when you see the conditions that these people. It's alright, I'm just looking at my speedo and the sat nav, so comparing the two speeds, and you know what, there's virtually nothing in it, you know, maybe 2 kilometers an hour, which that's pretty good. Well done, RE. But on the Himalayan, it's a bit different, you know. You have to be so careful here. This 50 zone, see it here, which we're just in, which, as you can see, I'm being a good boy, but the gendarmes, there's a side road here, this one here, look, yeah, that one there, that's where they hide. There's normally a couple of gendarmes with a camera, and then there's normally a couple of bikes ready to take chase, and yeah, they do a lot of the time, but you know, I suppose it's their job and it's what they got to do, innit, eh? I think we got time to slither in front of there before he comes round there. I'm just trying to think which way or where I'm going to go here, because like I said, this isn't going to be a big ride. I think actually we'll go up here, and then we'll follow the estuary up, I think. That's that island we went round that took them 12 months to do. Spent a fortune on it, and I can't really see what difference it's made, to be honest with you, but obviously somebody thinks it's a great idea. Still, never mind. Now, I've brought you down here before, and oops, where do you think you're going? Thank you so much. This along here, this is where they still work on some of the old boats, and see, this is back to the wooden boats, yeah, because that side of the river is where they're all kept. But yeah, but there used to be, when I moved here, there was a lot more of, you know, of the marine carpenters along here, but alas, there's only 2 now, I'm afraid, and it's quite sad really, yeah. They dwindle so quickly, but of course, you know, oh, there's some more here, look, yeah. But of course the old wooden boats these days are just getting to be a thing of the past, you know, because obviously everybody goes modern, don't they, you know. And they're not plastic and they're not fiberglass, it's like a sort of a resin hull now, isn't it, if I remember correctly. So this is Douarnenez, this is the port, or part of the port of Douarnenez along here. As you can see, it's quite a big port. It gets very, very busy, this area does, in the summer. Very busy. There's a little restaurant in here, see that snack bar there, but then somewhere along here there's, oh there it is, yeah, just up here, see, restaurant here. Hopefully the GoPro's getting that. And then all these, you get bars and this along here. Whose right away is it? Well, it wasn't mine, but we'll get through before we upset this wagon driver. All these bars here become busy, you know. And yeah, there's a lot. This gets a well populated area in the summer. Not so populated last summer because it never stopped raining, but still, never mind. There's a little museum here somewhere. Where is it now? That's something to do with it here, but there is a little museum round here somewhere. Not too sure where it is, but yeah. Isn't it funny how you get as soon as the blue skies come out, everyone's like, oh, let's get the bike out, it's gonna rain, let's get out and go for a ride. Hey, look at that, my favourite view, the sea. I love the sea, I do love the sea. I just find it so relaxing. Look at that, tie up these little boats here, look, see them here, they call them annex, and that's where they row out to the main boats, you know. And they're only held, some of them ain't even chained up, they're just tied up with string, and yet they never get nicked, you know. Oh, look at that. There's a, I don't know what that boat's doing here. That's a big one, isn't it? I've never ever seen a boat like that close in here, never. I wonder if we can find it. Well, stupid question really, it's in the sea, isn't it? It's in the sea. I'm just trying to think how we can get there, to be honest. No, we can't really from where we are, because it's moored out, but I hope the GoPro's getting that. See that one there, look, I mean, I ain't got a clue what it is. I don't profess to be up on boats or what they do. But yeah, there's another smaller one out there. I mean, this is the Bay of Douarnenez, this bit here. Great for fishing, hey, when the mackerel come in, excellent. But I don't know what a boat like that's doing here, because it's not really the sort of boat they're getting. Still, never mind. This is where you get a few of the fish factories around here. Where do we want to go now, thinking about it? I wonder if we could actually see it if we went down here. We might do. See that boat a bit better. We've got to be careful here, because it's some of the ways are no entry. I think we're okay going round here. If anybody questions us, we can always say I'm looking for a job. Oh, clouds are rolling in. See, this port here, this is more the professional one, you know, for the fishing boats and what have you. I don't think we're actually supposed to be down here, but I can always plead ignorance and say Anglais, Anglais. Not too sure anyone would take that much notice of me, but I could try. Hey, where's that boat gone? Hold on to your dog, mate. Oh, there it is. Excuse me. Right, hang on a sec. So we might be... Actually, I bet the wall will be in the way now. Yeah, look, it's there. There it is, look. Costco shipping, it says on it. Costco shipping, see it? There. I mean, the GoPro's got to pick that up in it. Hey? Yeah. Costco shipping. Never heard of it. But still, never mind, eh? Right. Let's get out of here, shall we, before some mad French port worker comes up and says, "Oh, monsieur, you got to get out of there." Oh no, the accent's really bad. Look at that pair of forks stuck up there. Oh. Yeah, so this is where the fish all come in here, look. And like I said, we're not really supposed to be down here, but I don't think we're not causing anyone any problem, are we? Let's face it. Captain Cook. I don't know what that's got there. My wife works at Captain Cook, not there. She works at the big fish factory by us, so I'm just wondering, all the years I've lived there, I've never noticed that. I'll have to show her. Watch my video so you can see. I'll say to her, because she doesn't watch me. She's terrible, really. You think, wouldn't you, that your own wife would support you, eh? Still, never mind, eh? Right, hang on a sec. I wonder if we can... I always have to try and remember where I am here. I know roughly where I want to get to. I'm just not sure I'll get there the way I want to go. Bear with me. So this is Douarnenez itself. I mean, Douarnenez is made up a lot of like these little back streets and that. I'm not sure, does this woman want to cross or what? Well, he didn't make it very obvious. She did, and I apologise profusely. That's the word I'm looking for. Right, I'm just trying to think. I'm just trying to think where I want to go now, because I'm probably not ending up. No left turn. Oh, that's fair enough, I suppose. Tell you what, my eyes are running. I do believe... Oh, sorry, another one. Dearie me. Hey? No, she didn't. She changed her mind, I think. Half the time you can't see these crossings. Steaming up again there, look. That's the trouble, because I wear my glasses, you know, and I need a bit of air. But if you have too much air, then your eyes just stream, you're like crying, huh? I get home, take my helmet off, and there's a pool of tears in the, you know, in the nose guard thing, a bit, whatever it's called, I don't know. Right. I have come the right way, because we're going to go over the bridge in a minute anyway. Oh, where's he going? Not my way. Here's the bridge, hey! There you go. ...798 kilometres, another 2, we've hit the 800, okay? We're getting there. let's go and have a look at the port, shall we? The port of Trouble. So we're leaving Douarnenez now, and we're heading to Trouble. We'll have a look at that, I think. Right, so here's the port of Trouble that we got to. Plage and camping and Le Port. Very French, eh? Le Port. Okay. Just trying to think where we can... Best place to have a little look along here is... There you go. I got it right. I got it right. I give way to the man who wanted to do the crossing. Yeah. Get the visor up a bit. Now we should be able to pull up here a little bit. As you can see, another little marina. So I'm not joining the boats, I'm just getting us in a position where we can look out to sea a bit, you know. It's all looking very calm today, look. Looks quite nice, doesn't it, eh? The sea's calmed down a lot. I think we've got a little ride down this way. Try not to knock anybody over. It's always quite busy here, even in the winter time it gets quite busy here. You've got to be a bit careful. I've been copped out a few times here, people just sort of backing out. There's another little car park here, but this one's always pretty full. That's I don't know what we can see here, maybe. Oh, does she want a picture of me? No. Oh well, that's made a bit of a boo-boo there, because I didn't really want to get there. Yeah, in fact, I shouldn't really be here at all. I don't know whether I can get out there without swinging it round. Can I squeeze up between these? Yeah, squeeze up between these here. He wasn't expecting to see me, and I wasn't really expecting to see him. I wonder what that noise was then. There's someone drilling in there, but it was just as I put the throttle up a bit. I thought, aye, something's vibrating nicely. The drugstore. You don't often hear something called the drugstore, do you? Excuse me. My cough has got a lot better, but it hasn't gone. Mind you, my daughter and her family went over to England just after Christmas. I probably mentioned it, and there's quite, I mean, over there at the moment there's all sorts of illnesses. There's influenza, and there's the flu, just a normal flu. There's all sorts, yeah. And they got back here, and my little grandson, in English his name's Ethan, but in French it's pronounced Ethan, and so he came back and he's been really poorly, you know. So much so that on Sunday they had to take him to the hospital, only really just as a precaution, because you can never be too careful with kids, can you? You know, he's on antibiotics now, and yeah, he's not too bad at all, but you know, it could have been worse. Thank God it wasn't. But yeah, there's such a lot of illness around at the moment, and I was seeing, like, you know, the UK hospitals, and this is no reflection on the staff, because you know they're absolutely great, but they're struggling again. I mean, you know, it's awful, isn't it, eh? Not a political channel, or neither do I normally share my political views, well, especially with the UK, because I mean, you know, I don't even live there now, but it seems to me like it doesn't matter what party's in power, it's just one big struggle. It's the UK has been allowed to fall so much behind that I don't know how it's going to be saved, you know. I mean, I really don't know how it's going to be saved, but if that isn't bad enough, it's the people that live there, you know. I mean, I've got quite a big family back in the UK. I've got my 2 daughters with their children, and you know, so what happens in the UK still means a great deal to me. It still plays a part. And you know what, when my daughter was back in the UK, she was talking to someone that well, a couple of people that said to her, "Oh, your dad's got a YouTube channel, hasn't he?" And she said, "Yeah." So they obviously watch me, and they said, "Oh, he waffles on a bit, doesn't he? You know, repeats himself." Well, personally, I don't think I may say the same thing on a couple of videos, or a few times maybe, but as far as waffling on, do you know what, it's good to talk. That's the trouble. See, the art of people talking, especially with the younger generation, is becoming a harder thing. So, but people of my age, we were brought up to communicate, you know, and I make no excuse whatsoever for the fact that I talk, because what's waffling to some people, other people might actually enjoy it. And if my waffling should offend anybody, well, there's an easy solution to that one. You know, the little thing, whether it be a mouse or when it says stop, it's ever so simple. But for those that enjoy my waffle, I'm glad you do. Oops. Now I'm very pleased with the sat nav there. I can see that absolutely brilliant. In fact, I could probably make that out without the glasses. I mean, that's one nice thing about this this clock here. It's so nice and big that you can't help but see it. Even I can see that. Oh, 802 kilometres, eh? We've actually passed. Now the best of it is people come this way and they forget the gendarmes. Not that they're there because we've already been down here, but they catch an awful lot of people coming this way as well, because they come down here, they come round that island and woof, they're off. What they really, or what I mean, it's pretty damn obvious that any built up area, you know, is 50, and sometimes now a lot of them are dropping down to 30, you know. But yeah, just give this a little play up the hill. Well, I was going to, but there's all traffic coming down. But I do actually love the way that this bike, if you want it to, it's there. And yeah, it's not often. I just wanted to see what it was like coming out of there, up that hill. But yeah, it does it with absolute ease. And I mean, we're not really fully running yet. And I mean, still, you know, we're still keeping the revs just running above 4,000, so you know. What I've noticed is around just over the 4,000, the vibrations, if you look at the mirrors or the sat nav, yeah, or anything else, see, the vibration sort of settles down. Don't forget, I've got these mirrors on extenders as well. Yeah, so you know they are gonna vibrate a little bit more, you know. But yeah, I knew that when I put them on the extenders, because so temperature wise, 12 degrees. We've actually gone up 2, although it doesn't feel like it. If anything, I was just about to say I think the temperature's come down. I'd have made myself look a right fool. What's the time? It's 3 minutes past 3 in the afternoon, so we get dark here now at about 6:15. Actually tonight it might be a bit lighter for longer, because obviously, like I said, for about a week now, week and a half, it's just been grey, you know, horrible weather. So now we've got a bit of blue sky, although that does seem to be dwindling. Like I say, the weather forecast for the weekend is absolutely awful. So yeah, I can sort of see that it might stay lighter for a bit longer today, which will be extremely nice if it does. I think I need to get up a bit before I steam up, get the visor up. These traffic, I know, you know, I mean, I get it. These, they put these here because of bloody idiots racing through these villages, which I've never understood anyway, but still, never mind. But they seem to like get one in and then they go crazy. There was 2, 3 along here. There's only 2 now. There's that one back there, which is a bit of a strange one, but then there's this one here. Now this one here, I sort of get this because that's a school there, yeah, So, you know, that sort of makes sense in a way. But all down there at one stage was literally all this traffic calming. Gotta be honest, that air, when you lift that visor and it comes in, it's cold. You know, it really is cold. And yet the fingers are doing pretty good today. I gotta be honest, you know, people, you always get your band of the branded name is always the best, you know. It doesn't matter what it is, whether it's clothing, whether it's parts, whether it's just serviceable items, whether it's things you buy leisure or whatever, unless it's got, you know, a name that we all know stamped everywhere on it for you to free advertise for that company, it's no good at all. These gloves are little gloves and they cost me €15, right? And I tell you what, my hands never, I mean, I haven't got heated grips, I've got no undergloves on, my hands don't get cold in these, you know, they really don't, they're great. Now I've got a couple of more pairs of gloves, well, I've got a lot of gloves I have, but a couple of more winter gloves, which are named, they're well known names, and they're not as warm as these, and I paid a lot of money for them, you know, a lot more money than what I paid for these, and yet these gloves are great. They're just, you know, they keep my hands warm. I love them to pieces. They're reasonably waterproof. Again, I've yet to find a pair of gloves that are, I remember, in fact I've still got them, a pair of Swift gloves, and guaranteed to be 100% waterproof, and they cost me a lot of money. I mean, I've had them a few years now, but they was never waterproof from the onset. Okay, they're not bad, you know, they're reasonably good, but they're no better than these, really, you know. 11 degrees. I thought the temperature was dropping down now. You can feel it. What do they say? Your core temperature is coming down. Well, yeah, I'll agree with that one. My core temperature is definitely coming down. I remember years and years ago, I think I was about 18 or 19, I did a stint as a courier rider in Birmingham. I mean, I absolutely love riding motorcycles. I have done all my life, and I got this job, and at the time I had a CX500, a Honda CX500, yeah, a post twin, water cooled, shaft drive, and I thought to myself, do you know what, because couriers used to earn, you know, a decent bit of money, so I got this job. And it was okay when I first started, because it was about October time-ish, and I thought, this is alright, this is. But I tell you what, when the weather's setting, you know, those courier riders, I mean, it's all gone now, isn't it, as far as I know. They earn their money. They really earn their money. I mean, I think now you've got the blood bikes, yeah, which I always wanted to do that. I always wanted to do the blood bikes. I just never got round to it, you know. But yeah, those couriers, I'm just looking at these clouds. I think I got this riding just right, yeah, because like I say, they've wrote the weekend off and well into next week apparently, so I had to get out. I just, you know, because like I said, I've put the rack on the bike, I've put the sat nav on the bike, I've put the little screen on the bike, so I've done all these things, but I haven't took it out, and it's like, that to me is just like horrible, you know. But I reckon it's going to start raining. Wants a bit of room, this geezer, doesn't he, eh? Mind you, you wouldn't want to argue with him on a bike, would you? Let's face it. But yeah, I think I might just get back in time to miss the rain, because I reckon it's going to throw it down. I have got my wet gear with it, my wet weather gear with me in my little pouch on the back of the bike, eh? Sorted. Well, not a pouch, is it? It's like a little bag. Like I said, that little bag looks a bit lost on that rack now, and I shall endeavour to find myself a better bag, sorry. But yeah, it's certainly clouding over now. This island here, you see this stop sign here? So many people, including my wife, have got done by not stop. I mean, why do you put an island if you're going to make it stop? That used to be a crossroads there, yeah? But there was a few accidents, yeah, apparently. I never seen one, but there was. And so then they built that island, and then they put the stop sign on it. So really, I suppose all it did is it became, from a crossroads, it slowed you down by putting the island there, but they still class it. But of course, a lot of people treat it as an island. I mean, normally an island, as long as your right of way is clear, you go over it or round it, or, well, yeah, round it obviously. But so that's where so many people have got caught out, because you have to stop. I mean, you can normally get away by virtually stopping. And this geezer here, this farmer, he's normally got a dog with him. I don't know where he is. I always keep my eye out when I see him when I'm on the bike. He leaps at you. He comes. The dog's demented. He comes racing across the field and just leaps up in the air. He does, honestly. I'm not exaggerating. It's worse for my son when he's on his scooter, because of course he hasn't got the speed, has he? At least if I see the stupid dog coming, I can get out of the way. And he's a fair sized dog as well, sort of cross Alsatian. Could be worse, I suppose. It could be something the size of my dog. I mean, you don't want him landing on your tank. Oh dear. Don't even stop it now. I'll get into these stupid giggles. You think at my age I'd have lost the giggle, but you know what? Why should I? Who wants to grow up? It's too much like hard work. If you get a fit of the giggles, you get a fit of the giggles. It's as simple as that. Right, well, I'm back home. I've enjoyed this little ride. I know it hasn't been much, and I mean, this time of the year I don't intend to go very far, to be honest with you. I don't think I want to go very far. I get too cold too easily, and then it becomes not enjoyable. So yeah, anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, give me a thumbs up, that'd be great. If you're subscribed to me, that's brilliant. If you're not, well, I'd love you to be. Just hit that subscribe button, bottom right hand corner, it says drone on, click on that, so it comes up subscribe, click on that, and there you go. Right, I'll see you all in the next video. Enjoy yourselves, take care, catch you soon, bye for now.